To design this kind of simple minimalist clean website as a kind of an e-store kind of website, and it's a mini store website. So here is this website on my desktop, and here is as its live version that is on my GitHub account. So it's live. Yeah, I will share the link, and it's kind of very simple. It has just a navbar, some kind of banner, and a few products, and a kind of very clean looking footer. So these kind of clean looking websites are in demand, and if you can make something like this, you will get the confidence. I mean, you can really put this thing in your portfolio, or if you're designing some website like this, then you can take care of things from here. So let's start doing this. I'll be using the fonts from Google Fonts, and icons from Phone Awesome, and the images from Unsplash kind of. And so some images from Unsplash and some from here and there, but Unsplash is the source that I use. So I will go to the code editor, and also on the desktop I already have done this. This is the website, that is everything. I mean, I have created, and inside this I duplicated, and it doesn't have the HTML and CSS files. It has the images file because we are not creating them, we have to use them. So create a new file, save this, command and control, and just go to the file and do that. So it's a index.html, that is the index, main HTML file. Now inside we need to create one more file, that is for the CSS, and I will save this inside CSS folder, and I will call this style style.css. Now this is saved as well. Now we press shift 1 or shift exclamation mark and press enter. Now the bare bones have shown up. I will call this min mini store, and now we need to link the CSS file. How we do that? Inside the CSS folder we have this style.css, so that is linked. Now we need to link the font awesome as well. So where is that? Inside CSS folder. Inside CSS folder we have an FA folder, inside we have CSS folder, inside we need to use all.min.css. Make sense? I might be rushing, but you do not have to. You have to understand, okay? Because if I take like a 3 hours to complete this video, then you will never like to watch this video. So inside header we created the header, we gave it a class of header. But we need two things, kind of this top bar, so call this top bar, okay? And but why it should be NAVTOPVAR, top bar. Okay, now inside this we need to create links. So that is a, and let's give them nlink. I'm giving them a class, imaginary class, it can be anything, and it should not go anywhere. Href means where it is going, google.com, facebook.com, and all those things. It's not going anywhere because we are just making it. And what should be the first thing on the website? If I go back to the browser and look for this thing that is live, it offers my account. I should be able to switch between these and this. So it's offers. I will make them capitalized with the help of the code, not from here. My ACCOU account. Then what I have, I think I have cart, and it's displaying 0. So this is done, and I did one wrong thing. It should be put inside this. There might still be a problem. Okay, and that is I have to create one more div, and that is T links, tail links. I mean, these links should be inside that. I mean, you have to use them. This is the organization. Now this is inside this, but we are still inside top bar. So here we create an img because I want to use that img.ses search. I am creating an image tag and giving it a class of search, and I will be using this image search. It's inside my images folder. If you come back over here, what's here, and I have opened that folder, so you can access those things on your code editor itself. You do not have to go to the file again and again. So now what I have to do, I think it needs this as well. This is important for the search engines. Now we need to give it this icon some width because I think this icon is very large. So 16 pixels makes sense. 16 pixels. I will give it height as well because this is a very small image, so it doesn't matter. And now I think this thing is taken care of. Okay, now if I come back, I do not have to make this so huge, or even I don't need to open this as well. So I think this thing is taken care of. If I go back to the website, I mean, I will open the website and let's see how it looks. It's looking like something. Now we need to, why don't we style this thing? First of all, in the CSS file, we have to do this. We want to remove all the margin, or the margin and the padding that's given by the browser by default. That should be removed because that will make our website behave very unexpectedly. So body is an element and CSS understands it. We do not have to give it any class or ID. And what is that? We have to create a canvas, a kind of paper where we can work. So we have to give it a width of 100%. That's VW, means view width, or we could write percent also. Height, how much? Why should we worry about height? Let's call it auto and it will figure it out. And then what we have the header. What does it need? It needs width as well. And how about giving it 70% width? I will use BW because that is new thing, and it needs height because we do not want to make it very large. So how about 200 pixels? That may be too much, or maybe let's go with it. Let's leave with it now. What else does it need? It needs a margin on the top 2% because we want to put things in the center. So we have to write auto on the left and right. So if I come back now here, sort of something has happened, but still we need to put those lines to the right side. Let me show you what kind of thing I have to do here now. They have to be here. So how will I do that? I'll use few things, and first of all I will, let's try this thing. I think we have to use this thing now. What is the name of this thing? Top bar. Yes, so TOPBAR, top bar. How about text align to the right? Let's see if that works or not. Kind of worked. And then now what else we need? Display flex that will put these two lines, and but there is still some problem, and we have to justify content to the flex end. Let's see if that work or not. That has worked. Now we need to give them some spacing. So what is the thing that needs spacing? This t links need some, okay, they should be outside. TLI. I mean, no one stops you from creating as many class and IDs to style things. Okay, what does it need? It needs some margin to the right side because that should not be touching the other thing. So how much? Maybe 4% or 6%. We could write some pixels as well. That's making sense. Now those links need some spacing. I think they have a common class that is NIL and links. First of all, we need to remove that underline. That is how we remove with the help of text declaration, and we call that none. And if I come back now, that line is gone. We want to make them, we want to give them some spacing. How about 24 pixels? That is the padding in between all of them, and we want to make them capitalized. How we do that? We use text transform and we use uppercase, and they will be capitalized. We want to change the color. How we do that? We use the color tags, CUL color, and we could write just black over here. That perfectly works. And we want to change the font. How we go? We go to the Google fonts, we look for the fonts, and we just click on the plus icon, whatever we like. Then we come here. I will go to the import because I'm using a smart trick. Instead of going to the HTML and putting all those things, I'll be using all these things inside CSS. And I have selected two fonts, Railway and Cabot. Cabot will be used for the logo, Railway for the all the other things. So we are going over here to the CSS at the top, put this line. Now this font is imported. I mean, that's all. And now you have to just give the class. So we are inside the header. We want to use this Railway font, and I will come to the header. I will put it over here. And if I come back to the website now, the font is changed. We want to change its size. It's looking too much. How we do that? Font size, and how much is okay? Maybe 0.8 ems. You could write 16 pixels, 14 pixels, 18 pixels, whatever you like. I think it is still very big. Is it okay? How about that looks fine because we are making a kind of elegant website, and they have to be kind of unique, and In railway font the zero looks like that, so do not worry. We could give that a different class as well with some tweaks, but do not worry. Okay, now we need to create that logo. Have we created that logo already? No, it's still inside the header, so we have to give it an h1. Always use an h1 at least one time, and if it is getting used in the header section, that's very good, or maybe in your body's top area, that will be. So what is the name of this website? Mini store, mini store. That makes sense. So do we need to style the logo? Yes. Not here. I will come down maybe here and put the hash mark, because this is an id not a class, so it has to be hash mark. So we need to first of all give it a font family. We have selected this, and we will select this. Now we have already imported this font, so we do not have to use this kind of that line again. And if I save it now, if I reload the browser, that's getting loaded, but is it at the right place? We can adjust that later on as well. We give it some margin at the top, maybe 4% or 2%, whatever you like. That's making sense, because we do not want this to be on exactly touching that thing. Now what we need to create? We need to create the main section. Header is done. We are done with the header. Now we will create the main, just the main, then give it a class of main. Main is created. What we need inside the main first? We need a banner, so we will create an image and give it a class of banner. It is done. Now inside this we need to access the image folder, and inside that we have, do we have the banner? I think it's just the one. Okay, why should we guess? I think here is this. No, not this. 1.png is my thing. 1.png. So it is, where am I should be here, and it should be 1.png. Yeah, I think that's selected now. And alt, it should be banner. That's okay. And is it done? Kind of done. We could add a lot of things more here as well. So underneath this we need to create shop, shop shop, a kind of. Why should we just create the div? Why we could create this sectim section as well, that is given by the HTML itself. So section by the name of shop, that's an array. Now don't use that, that's for programming. Sectm section and give it a class of, sorry, shop. And inside shop, what we need, first of all we need one kind of divider, and let's create another section, dividr divider. And inside this we need what we need two things. One's an h2 tag, and give it a class of maybe title, title title, and write some or shop shop. And underneath this we need this icon, and I have to copy this icon from the font awesome, because we do not have to guess things. Where is this font awesome? I'll be using this icon, so I just copied it, clicked on that, searched for it, and just started using it, and we'll just paste it here. Now it is, that's all. And now this divider, should we start styling this as well? Yeah, maybe yes. So if I come back to the website now and look at this, how it is looking right now, the banner is there, but it is not in the center. Why this is not in the center? We need to give it the margin same as the header to put things in the center. So main, what does it need? First of all, it needs a width. How much? I mean, let's keep it just like the header, 70 pw height. Automatic, we do not have to worry, because main is the thing where a lot of things will happen. If we give it some fixed width, then that will make problem for us. So we use some smart thing. Margin, how much at the top? 2%. And the left and right, auto will put things in the center, so we do not have to worry. That's okay. The margin at the top is maybe too much. I will remove that. It's still too much. Maybe we need to remove the margin. Why? I think maybe I want -2, -4%. That should put it up. I mean, we have to use some hacks, and it kind of worked maybe. Okay, now underneath this we have this thing. What is the name of this thing? This is divider. Divider needs to be displayed as flex, divider, divider, display as flex, and justify content to the space between. Now those things will be displayed here and there, but they are like touching the top. So what we do, we need to give some margin at the top. Margin at top, how about 4%? Will that make sense? That makes sense. It's kind of getting out of there because image is a bit smaller. We If we start in resizing image, that will take a lot of time. And again, one more thing, we have to give this font to the main section as well. We do not want the to use this default font that's looking very ugly. I don't like this default fonts. So I also don't like the fonts given by the Bootstrap. They are even uglier. I mean, always go to the Google fonts and look for some amazing fonts. Do not use those bad fonts. So what we need to create now, we are inside the shop, and inside shop we have created one thing. Now we need to create one more thing, that is, let's call that box, a kind of div. And inside this we need to create some few boxes. Let's call that b1, no problem. And inside this we need an img tag. Yeah, and it's image. Then we'll start from this what is 2.zip page. Yes, and it should have image. And that's all. What else we need? We need a button, I think. button button, and give it a class of buy. And let's put a price over here. Maybe how about 4.99 buy. Now I think this thing is taken care of. We have to duplicate them a few times, but first of all, let's style this button. It's bu by buy. It should have a width of maybe 120 pixels. Maybe it is too large. And a height of around, how much, 28 pixels. It should have a background of none, because we do not want to use any background. It should have a border. Yes, it should have a border of 1 pixel solid. Black we are using. And what else it needs? Does it need padding? Maybe 2 pixels. What else it needs? Does it need anything else? I think the text will be aligned in the center, because this is a button. That has worked by, but we need to, have we given the border 1 pixel? Is there some problem? 1 pixel. Yes, now it should work. Yes, it is working now. Is the width okay? Kind of okay. How about 130 pixels? That's okay. Now we need to align this. So b1 should be text align. b1, that's the name of the container. Text align center. I mean, this thing works at a lot of places. Why this thing has not worked? Maybe we have to give it some width. How about 260 pixels? Yes, that has kind of worked. And what else we need? Maybe we want to give this button a margin at the top. Margin top. How about 4%? I mean, guys, try to understand what I'm doing. I'm using all the elements given by them. I do not worry. Since the height is automatic, so it's not giving me space, I will take care of that. Do not worry. Okay, now where is this thing inside? I mean, this b1. It's inside the box. So let's access the box. And let's not do anything. And first of all, here is the b1, the thing we just created. We will duplicate it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and we need to change the name of the images. I think this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6. I mean, I have all these images, so instead of using monotonous single image, so I'll be using all the images that I have. I'm not using many images, I'm using, and I should duplicate it one more time. Maybe 12 should work. Ooh. I think it's enough. Now if I come back, things will look very bad. They are going like that. Why? We should use some magic. And what is that magic? We are going to use CSS grid. So display grid, but we still have to do that something. Then that is grid template columns. Use this repeat. This is a kind of smart thing. How many? 4 comma 1fr mean fraction of the screen 4. It should be, I mean, since the width of this section, this shop or this main is 70 VW, 70%, now there will be 4 portions, and on the 4 portions they will be displayed like this. Nothing tough happening over here. The box needs margin at the top as well, so margin top of what, 4%, that may be less. It has worked, but why they are like touching each other? We have to give some gap. So how we give that? Row gap. How much? 6%. Maybe that should work. That has worked. And should we increase the number of images? Maybe one more image. I think there is some space for the image. So I will just duplicate it one more time and come here, and I will call it 13. Let's see if that work or not. Yes, that has added an image. I could add more as well, but I will not do that right now. We need to create the footer now because this website is kind of simple, and we are trying to keep it as simple as possible. So we have to create the footer. Footer is given by the HTML itself, so we are not making it up. Inside the footer, we need a lot of things. So let's call this section or a div, and let this call f data, footer data. I mean, I could just name it anything, but I could not just come up with any name. Now we need to create some lines. Let me show you what I'm doing here. We have these kind of lines, so these are like 1 2 3 4 sections, so we have to create 4 kind of things. So inside that, those things will happen inside f data. So let's call that div line 1, and inside this, what I need links. Let's give them the same class that we have already styled, so we do not have to do it again. That's a kind of smart thing. We are not taking it anywhere. And what should be the name of this thing? Privacy policy. privacy privacy policy privacy policy. You have to duplicate, you do not have to create again. And I think it is the returns, returns. Duplicate it one more time, shift alt or shift option, and then drop down arrow, shi shipping, shipp ing shipping. Duplicate it one more time, and that is discounts, discounts, discounts. And what is the thing underneath? It's locati on locations, locati on locations. Damn, locati on locations. Why this is typing strangely? And now this is done. We need to create this line 2, and inside this we need to create these things again. Store manager. So why don't we just copy these and put them over here? And it's the first link is store manager, and the second one is locate store. The third one is ope and I opening ti and timings. This is taken care of. Now we need to create it one more time. That is line 3. Yes, a div with the class of line 3. Inside this we need to do these things one more time, and they are clause and accessories. So a dot and line. I could just copy them as well, but I didn't. So here's cloths cloths, and I will duplicate it, and ACCESSORIS accessories. And let's, I think this is done. Now we need to create one more line, or maybe just call that SOCIL, social. And inside the social we need I. We need to give I is just like div or another thing. Okay, CLASS. We need a class should be fab font or some brands for dash Instagram. I'm not copying them from that font or some website because I know them already. I have used them like so many times. Twitter. Then we need this for Facebook, and one more time for this kind of strange app. What's app? I think this part is done. Now in the footer itself we need to create that one more div, that is copyright. I mean, instead of And do we need to put that? No, I will do one thing. I will do one thing. I will do one thing over here. Let's do that. Um, Bottom. We are creating a div with the name of bottom. Inside this, we need one p clause with the copy, and I will tell you why I'm doing this. So, and copy copy. Where is this copy? Mini store 20, 2020. And one more thing that is we want to do, I will go to the body here at the top and I will create this a name equals top. Okay, and now in the footer in this place I will create this again, a name equals hash top. Inside this I will put maybe I will make a top, or I could put a button, and let's see if that work or not, because if we click on this thing the website should go to the top. I'm not sure if that will work now or not. If I click on the top, this is not clickable. Why? Name equals top, and hash top, name equals top. Is it working or not? A name equals, yeah, it is top is the name given to it, and then why this is not clickable? A, should it be href, href? Yeah, why not? Let me come back here again. It's working, yeah. So we need to style the footer now. Is the footer style? I mean, you just solved a problem that is very common. Why this footer is getting touched the bottom? We will take care of this thing. So come to the down this FODR footer. What does it need? It needs a width. How much? We will make it 100%, 100 VW, because we do not care. Height, how much? We have to give it some height. How about 200 pixels? We want to make it big enough. What else we need? We need some margin at the top, because this thing is touching things at the top. So we how much? 8%. Sorry. Let's see if that work or not. That has not worked. Why? Maybe we will remove or increase it. That has worked. Yes, but things are not aligned in the center. We do not want to align them like so. We have inside the footer what we have f data. Yes, that need to be styled. So fdata data, we have to do some magic here, that is display flags and justify content space around. Let's see if that do something or not. It has done, but still there is problem. And what is that problem? We need to do some line one. We need to do some smart work here. Line two, I mean, instead of writing them like so many times, I'm just doing at that at like display flags, flex direction, column. Something has happened, but something has not. Why? Line one, line two, line three. They have not taken the styling. I mean, all of them have not taken the styling. Maybe I was trying to be too smart. So how about line one, display flex? What is this? flex direction should be column in up and down. Let's see if that do something or not. It has done something, and why it is not allowing the others to do the same thing. Comma dot line 2. Let's see if that apply or not. It should happen, then why it is not happening? uh, do I have to put the comma in between? Is it even needed? Oh, I should not do this here. I will do it at some later date. Okay, I will do one thing. I will go back to the code that I have already written, and I will see what I did there. So inside the CSS folder, I have this CSS and open this with the code editor. And now I have done the same thing, display flex and display flex direction column, line 1, line 2, line 3. Then why this is not happening now here? What's the problem? Line 1, comma, line 2, comma, dot, line 3. Have they got the same class? Line 1, oh my god, oh my god. I'm so wrong. They are not even line. Line 3, line, line 2, and line 1. Let's see now if it work or not. I'm sorry. No, it is not allowing me to do this. I will just give up on this thing. You didn't allow me to do this thing. Okay, now I will duplicate this and I will style on this. Something should be okay. And now how many lines I have? I have 3, I assume. We need to give it font as well. This font is looking way uglier. Okay, it's looking the ugliest font. How many things I have over here? Line 1, line 2, line 3. Why these are not showing up? Because I have done them wrongly. There was a problem, so there was a problem. And it should be CLOTH cloths, and it should be ACCE accessories, and the last line should not be here. Now it makes some sense. Yes, the font is very ugly. I mean, I can't even look at this font. So we have to take this font and we want to apply this font to the whole footer. So we should not be worried about anything. Now, if I come back to the website again and upload it again, font is looking okay, but it is too large. Why don't we reduce its size? So font dash size, how about 0.8 ems? We do not want this to take all the attention away. Maybe it is still large. How about 7? Because we are making a kind of elegant website, and elegant website means a lot of negative space. Those logos, those social icons, they are getting some problem, but I will take care of this. And now this footer needs a kind of border at the top. How about 1 pixel solid? Do we want to make it solid black? No, kind of subtle black. And that is touching. Why? We need some padding at the top. How about 2%? Will that put some space? Yes, it has. Now those are displayed very nice, but those social icons are getting compressed. So how about associate social? We have them for the social. So font size, we want to make them large again. Does that work? 1M, font size 1M. How about 2M? That's too much. I think it should be 1.2 ems. There is a problem. One font is not there. There were 4. Why are they displaying just 3? Facebook TWI. Yes, there is a problem. Now they will be displayed like this. They are not spaced out. Why? First of all, let's make them still very large. And now we need to give them some space. How we do that? We have to access them individual elements. So how we do that? We have a I element. So what they need some padding. How about some 20 pixels? That may be too much. that has worked, and it's kind of working. Now we have the footer, but we need to put that thing in the center. So what is the name of this thing in the footer? It is bottom dot bow, bottom. What does it need? It needs what does it need? How about text align in the center? But we have two elements over there. Maybe we could write use display flex and display flex justify content space around. Oh my god, now this is getting compressed. We need some margin at the top. How much? Maybe 6%. What is the time now? Oh, it's almost 7. uh they need margin at the bottom as well. Margin at the bottom, how much? 4%, because we do not want these to touch the extreme bottom. That's making sense. Do they need some border at the top? Why not? So instead of creating that, I can just copy from here, and they need the padding again. PA padding, PAWD padding at the top. How much? 2%. And it is done. You see the website is already kind of elegant, clean looking website. Instead of top, can we make it a button? I mean, I have not tried it yet. Have I got some button? How about button with the class of top and call it top? But have I styled a button already? I have done with this with the buying button, bu by buy. Why don't I just copy the styles from there, and top is the name of the button, and I put the style inside this. I'm not sure if that will work or not. That has worked. And do we want to give it some round corners? Maybe, why not? So border radius, how about 2 pixels? I mean, kind of subtle. Yeah, it's looking kind of nice. Guys, the website is done. It's looking pretty clean. I mean, try to make this kind of clean websites and you will really be able to make some really elegant things. Okay, and hope you are liking this. You want to ask me some questions? Do ask me, because I kind of solve these problems. I mean, these layout problems. I take the challenge and I solve that, and it really gives me fun. If you are stuck, if you are a beginner, trust me, you have to make these things. Keep on making, and the beauty you can create with the web, that's amazing. Okay, and thanks guys, have a great day, and consider supporting also. Thank you.